think when I checked in with you, you were working on your master's thesis. Actually, had just wrapped it up, and you were looking at Black nurses' experiences. So now that you finished that, I want to hear your thoughts, and then of course your next steps, what you're hoping to sort of blossom into as your research expertise.
So I did finish that. We made it. Mama, we made it. Ooh, we made it. 2.5 years of work, we made it. So that was like a really good experience to be done, but the process was difficult. It was challenging, and so a feeling of relief because I was done, but then it was also, so going through it, I felt a lot of different emotions. Like I felt, there were some moments I was excited. There were some moments that I felt like emotionally drained because of the work that I was doing, having to study a lot of oppression, and being a certified nursing assistant myself, like knowing the work that you deal with, and then also now like reading about it, analyzing it, reading all the literature about the strong Black woman schema, about like your caregiving identity, about the pressure of being a Black woman in the field. All those things could be mentally draining and mentally exhausting at times, and so there were moments that I just didn't want to talk about it. Like friends would ask me like, hey, how's your project going on? Like let's talk about something else, right? Let's talk about the drama between the rappers or whatever, something like that. I was about to say their names. I'm not gonna do that. So we were like, oh, let's talk about that type of stuff, right? But in the end, like there was a line that I wrote in my acknowledgments that was specific to the Black women in the field of like nursing, whether they be CNAs or nurses or nurse practitioners, where I dedicated this study to them, and it was like, I see you. And that for me was like, this, like in the end, I was like, this was worth it for that reason. I know that may be like a very minute thing to be excited about, but for me that was a major piece because I knew I dedicated my work to wanting to highlight and centralize Black women in that specific field. And I feel like I did that. I don't know if more than the 3 people on my committee read the paper, but it's out there. I wrote it. So for me, that was my just contribution to just highlighting those individuals. So by the way, a lot of work was put into that. So if anyone wants to read, you can go and find my platform and you can read my thesis, because so
even though I know that a lot of times in the social sciences, you put something out there and it's usually other people in the social sciences who are looking at it, but I think that it offers really good perspective. It offers a unique perspective. We don't have a lot of Black women who are studying in our field, nevertheless Black women studying other Black women. Which takes me to my next question. How does your identity as a Black woman sort of impact how you go about doing research, how you interact with your colleagues who may not be Black women? How does your identity play a role in your journey?
I would say my identity, so when I'm writing, of course, we're neutral. We're supposed to be neutral and unbiased in the work. However, there are moments where I just want to express myself in my own way, like using Ebonics. I'll be honest, like I want to like write the way I speak or say it exactly what's on my mind, but I can't. And so having to just use literature and keep in mind that the audience that I'm talking to may be a broader audience, may not necessarily look like me, and so finding a way to express what I'm trying to say about the Black woman identity and my own identity, but in a way that it is understood to the broader audience. So I definitely see it coming about a lot, and I think it also comes about with encouraging me on those late nights when I'm having to write and it's like, why am I doing this? Like, is this worth it? And then recognizing like you're doing this for yourself, for other Black women, for the cause, for just all the reasons that I hold near and dear to myself. I will say sometimes it is difficult when you're speaking to individuals that may not necessarily share the same identity as you, and so having to think about that and navigate that, and it's exhausting sometimes, and sometimes I just don't engage. It's like, well, like this is the literature, and maybe you can read it yourself and kind of, figure out what we're talking about. But sometimes I use it as a learning moment, and it's like, okay, well, this is what I mean, and trying to find literature to support that. But so
I definitely understand how it can be difficult. A lot of times Black people are the subject of interest, but not included in the discussion of sort of how to approach talking with Black people.
Right.
So
that's good. I'm trying so hard not to ask follow-up questions. I have to remember I'm being interviewed, and so
it's okay. We can find time for that. So now that we've wrapped up on our key points here, so now I guess to wrap everything up, we just ask a chill, fun question. So comparing two things. Looking at your favorite food back home versus favorite food here, and I guess adding an extra point of like a new food that you want to try. Yeah.
Okay. So my favorite food back home, cracked lobster, like deep fried lobster, so good. And then very Atlanta of me, my favorite food here is wings. Love a good wings and fries. Like I always get the garlic parm honey or anything garlic parm related. Oh my gosh, so good, so good. A new food that I want to try. You gotta teach me how to eat like crawfish, like the Louisiana way. Like I think because I tried and I'm like, it's something. I don't know. I'm not doing it right. So maybe like crawfish the Louisiana way with a native. That is something I'm willing to try again. So
we'll find a time.
Do they have garlic parm crawfish? Is that a thing?
They surprisingly have a lot of different like flavors, butter sauces that people will put. So we might be able to find someone who's done like a garlic or like a garlic parm like type of seasoning. I think you would really like Viet Asian crawfish. Because they like to really play with those flavors.
With some garlic parm wings on the side and some fries.
Now you're talking.
Sounds good. Oh my goodness. Yes. So yeah.
Alright. Well, I'm happy that I was able to conduct this interview for you.
Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah. So, I like the question you asked about the future goals. Just because I want to put it out there again. Like, I want to manifest that. So.
Okay, absolutely. Tell us what's next for Derica.
What's next for me? So when I'm done with the program, I'm not really, my focus is not on the job, it's on the vacation. I'm going to Italy. First class, don't know how I'm gonna pay for it, but I'm taking my daughter, and we're gonna eat all the pizza, the pasta, and the gelato, because she loves pasta, I love pasta. And so that's gonna be a thing. Like, that is what I'm most looking forward to when I'm done with this doctoral program. Like,
that's good.
No research, just in Italy eating.
To treat yourself. I think you'll really like Sicily. From what I hear, they really do it big, especially with the pizza.
Okay. Sounds so good. Something to look forward to. Because it's a struggle. Oh my goodness.
It's time off where you're not just doing research all day, late into the night.
I know.
Yeah.
Ugh. All right. Well, that is all I have. Thank you all so much. If you're someone that's an aspiring doctoral student and thinking about maybe you have a background in health, maybe you're a biology major like I was, there are ways to do these to do this, right? To do this work, doing the things that you would that you think deeply about, and combine them together and create a space for that. And so, thank you all for listening. Thank you, Devin, for take 2.
Of course.
I appreciate it. So yeah, thank you all.